So we can see from experiment 2's description that RF is the distance traveled by pigment upon the distance traveled by solvent. So if it's 0.25, that means that this particular pigment has traveled only 0.25, a fraction of the distance traveled by the solvent, which is less than any of the other pigments have traveled. So that means the other pigments have traveled up the paper much higher than this fifth pigment would have if its RF had been 0.25. For example, this pigment S that has its RF of 0.98 traveled the most up the paper, whereas the next pigment had 0.73 in RF that traveled the second most and was right below pigment T. Then pigment U had a 0.59, so it traveled less than pigment T, so it was below pigment S and T, and pigment V was below all pigment S, T and U. So definitely if there was a fifth pigment whose RF was 0.25, it would travel even less than pigment V, and it would be located below pigment V on the paper. So the answer is D, below pigment V.